Hello everyone, and welcome to
The Astounding World of Pokemon!
As most of you already know, BigMilkshake, that's me, is a big fan of Pokemon. If you didn't know that, then, well, you obviously know nothing about me. But anyways, let's get started with my top 10 favorite Pokemons. Actually, before we start, let's start off with a few rules. First off, no legendaries on this list. Even if there were legendaries, there'd probably only be one, because, well, this is my list, so what I say goes. Now for the second rule. Second rule is, a Pokemon doesn't have to be powerful to be on this list. It just has to be something that I like. So it could be like the weakest Pokemon ever, and still be my favorite, so no complaints. Instead of complaining, just make your own list of favorite Pokemon, or just type down here in the comments. Now it's time for the final rule. The final rule isn't really much of a rule, it's just what I'm going to be talking about in this video. First off, I'm going to explain why I like the Pokemon so much, and secondly, we're going to talk about its stats, and then we're going to do a brief history on it. But that's it for rules, so let's get this thing started! For number 10, we have an animal based off an extinct animal, has large tusks, and used to live in North America. That's right, it's Mamoswine. That's right, at number 10 we have Mamoswine. From the moment I first saw Mamoswine, I knew it would be an awesome Pokemon. Looks like I was right. I mean, how can you not love a giant mammoth? Some of the reason I like Mamoswine is because he's based off a mammoth, which I have always had an interest in for some reason. I guess it's a mystery behind mammoths. I mean, no one alive today has ever seen one, right? We've only seen recreations of it. But anyways, look at its appearance. It's a mammoth with facial hair. And this Pokemon is a mixture between a woolly mammoth and a boar. Is that not badass enough for you? The other thing that's great about Mamoswine is its typing. Ground and ice. Man, I love the ice element. Ice is my second favorite element, next to fire. Now, it's time for a brief history. Mamoswine are incredibly strong. Their sturdy body and feet enable them to cross even the most dense and dry snow. Mamoswine are able to endure harsh cold and hunger for an almost indefinite amount of time, as indicated by a 10,000-year-old specimen waking up, much to the amazement of those who discovered it. Now it's time for stats and moveset. Mamoswine has a base stat total of 530. That's right, 530. With most of it stats in attack and HP. This Pokemon can also be defensive though, making this Pokemon very bulky. This Pokemon is also able to learn great attacks like Earthquake, Ice Fang, Hail, Sandstorm, Giga Impact, Double Edge, Stealth Rock, Avalanche, Curse, Ice Shard, Super Power, Ice Beam, and Icicle Crash. All I can say is, I love this Pokemon. That's right, it's Snorlax. Snorlax is a great Pokemon. It's got a lot of HP, attack, and special defense, with a base stat total of 540. It has a great ability, Thick Fat, which makes fire and ice type moves do 50% damage. It also learns great moves like Heavy Slam, Giga Impact, Rest, Snore, Sleep Talk, Body Slam, Belly Drum, Double Edge, and Curse. So if you get a Snorlax with Belly Drum, Rest, Body Slam, and Heavy Slam, holding a Chesto/Lumberry, then you can destroy any team that dare challenges you. Snorlax resembles a sumo wrestler to me. They're both big, strong, and funny. This brings me to why I like Snorlax so much. It's because Snorlax is a hilarious Pokemon. All he does is sleep and eat all day. The only time Snorlax will wake up is to eat, and the only time he will sleep is when he's finished eating 900 pounds, 90% of its body weight, and Snorlax sleep for months. Besides only waking up to eat, you can also only wake him up by using a Poke Flute. What a lazy ass Pokemon. Snorlax is actually a lot like me. He'll only wake up to a sound, and I only wake up to my alarm clock. Snorlax's name means snore and to relax, which makes this Pokemon sound even more lazy. Whenever Snorlax battles though, he does it in a tough yet funny way. But still, imagine him body slamming you. You won't live after that. Every time I see this Pokemon, I get a huge smile on my face. That's what all Pokemon should do. Make you smile. Weavile, what can I say about it? It's a freaking ninja, okay? Okay, but I'll try and say some cool stuff about it. First off, Weavile's space stat total is 510, with speed and attack being its best. Attack is 120 and speed is 125. Its abilities are Pressure, and its Dream World ability is Pickpocket. Pressure is an okay ability, it just lowers the PP by 2 of the opposite Pokemon. But Pickpocket is awesome. It steals the Pokemon's item when it makes physical contact, only something a ninja could do. Now let's talk about appearance. As I have said many times before, actually only once or twice, but Weavile looks like a ninja. Looking at this thing makes me think it's gonna steal all my money. Weavile is based off of weasels, but not just any kind of weasel. Oh no, it's based off Kamatachi, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, which is a weasel demon with sickles on their front legs. That is so badass. Weavile's name is a combination of weasel and vile, so a vile weasel, which means evil weasel. How fitting is this name for what it is and what it's based off. And finally, I only have one last thing to say. It's awesome because it's a ninja! I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, aren't moth-type Pokemon really bad? Why yes, viewer, you are correct. But this ain't your typical moth Pokemon. Volcarona is actually a good moth Pokemon. He's a fire/bug type, and the only one of its kind, if you don't include its pre-evolution. This typing is amazing. Volcarona is also an interactable Pokemon in the Relic Castle in Black and White. This means if you soft reset a bunch of times, you can get shiny form, which is awesome looking by the way. Volcarona is based off the Atlas moth, which is considered to have the largest wingspan of any moth, 25 centimeters or 10 inches. Volcarona is classified as a sun Pokemon, so it seems to be derived from the phrase like a moth to a flame. Volcarona is also based off a Roman god called Vulcan, the god of fire. The head of Volcarona and its antenna bear a resemblance to the headpiece of Hathor, which depicts the horns of the goddess cradling a disc representing the sun in between. Volcarona's appearance may also be based on that of a seraph, a type of angel that is associated with fire, as its name literally translates to the burning one. Seraphim are often depicted with 6 red wings and no legs. This would explain why Volcarona is found near a shrine, because he's based off all these gods and goddesses. Volcarona's color scheme is very similar to Mothra. Mothra is a fictional moth monster who first appeared in the serialized novel The Luminous Fairies and Mothra by Tahiko Fukushima, Shinichiro Nakaroma, and Yoshi Hata. Sorry if I mispronounced any of those names. Now let's move on to attacks. Volcarona can learn great attacks like Quiver Dance, Silver Wind, Heat Wave, Bug Buzz, Hurricane, and Fiery Dance. Volcarona is the only Pokemon to learn Fiery Dance, a move that can sometimes raise its special attack. And considering its great special attack, this is a great attack to have. Its 2 abilities are Flame Body and Swarm. Swarm is its Dream World ability, which is not available yet. I personally prefer Flame Body, but both abilities are great for this Pokemon. Volcarona's stat total is 550, with its special attack and special defense being its highest. This Pokemon is amazing overall. It can sweep any team using Fire Dance, Quiver Dance, Silver Wind, and Bug Buzz. All these moves raise Volcarona's stats or lower the enemy stats, making Volcarona an amazing Pokemon and sweeper. Electros is awesome! Electros is one of the few Pokemon that doesn't have a weakness. With its typing being only electric, his ability being Levitate, ground type moves can't hit him at all unless they have a certain move or a certain ability, like Molt Breaker. Unlike Spiritomb and Sableye, which also don't have any weaknesses, you can't be a cheater and change Electros' ability to Wonder Guard so that it can't be hit at all, which is really annoying, and I did that before, so ha. Anyways, forget cheating, let's talk stats. Electros' stat total is 515, with most of it in attack and special attack. This is good for Electros' attacks like Thunderbolt, Discharge, Dragon Cloth, Flamethrower, Wild Charge, and etc. Electros is based off a combination of electric eels and leeches, as you can tell by looking at its mouth. Electros' name is a combination of electric and eel, because that's what he's based off. Electros, to me, looks like it could bite onto you and electrocute you to death. But this is a world of Pokemon, so the best he can do is make other Pokemon faint. Anyways, I don't like Electros just for his stats or appearance. I like it for these reasons, and the amount of fun I have while using him in battle. By the way, for the 5 times I played Generation 5, I've used Electros 3 times. I think that tells you how much I like him.